Have you ever wondered how to defer paying capital gains tax on your real estate investments? Imagine investing in properties and making a profit without the immediate financial burden of taxes. Sounds too good to be true, right? But there's a strategy that savvy investors have been using for years to do just that. It's not magic, it's not a secret. It's a method sanctioned by the Internal Revenue Service itself. Intrigued yet? Well, the answer lies in the 1031 exchange. A 1031 exchange, named after Section 1031 of the U.S. Internal Revenue Code, allows an investor to defer paying capital gains taxes on an investment property when it is sold. Now let's delve a little deeper into this definition. A 1031 exchange is essentially a strategy used by financially savvy real estate investors. It's a method that allows you to essentially skip, or defer, paying taxes on the sale of an investment property, as long as you reinvest the profits into a like-kind property. And by like-kind, we mean property of a similar nature, character, or class. The beauty of a 1031 exchange is that it allows for the potential of continued growth and reinvestment while delaying capital gain taxes. It's a powerful tool in the investor's toolbox, a tool that can lead to significant financial growth over time. Think of it as a swap where you're exchanging one investment property for another. So how does a 1031 exchange work in reality? Let's break it down into simple steps. A 1031 exchange is an exciting venture, but it's not something you just jump into. It's a process that requires planning, timing, and a keen understanding of the rules. So let's go through the step-by-step process of a 1031 exchange. First things first, you sell your property. The important part here is, you don't take possession of the cash generated from the sale. Instead, the proceeds go to a qualified intermediary, also known as a facilitator or accommodator. This third party is crucial to ensure the transaction is valid and meets the IRS requirements for a 1031 exchange. Once your property is sold, the clock starts ticking. You have 45 days to identify a like-kind property or properties. Now, like-kind is a broad term. It doesn't mean you have to swap an office block for another office block. It means you can exchange any form of real estate investment for another. This could be land for a retail outlet, a rental home for a warehouse, or an apartment complex for an office block. The options are vast. You can identify up to 3 properties of any value or more than 3 if their combined value doesn't exceed 200% of the value of your sold property. Now, after identifying your like-kind property, you have a total of 180 days from the sale of your original property to close on the new one. That's where your qualified intermediary steps in again. They transfer the proceeds from your initial sale to the seller of the new property, and voila, you've completed your 1031 exchange. Remember, these deadlines are concrete. The IRS is strict about the 45-day identification period and the 180-day completion window. If you miss these deadlines, your exchange could be disqualified. It may seem complex, but with a competent intermediary and a well-identified property, it's a smooth process. So take your time, do your research, and remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Happy exchanging. Now that you know how a 1031 exchange works, there are a few key points to keep in mind. Firstly, the timelines are non-negotiable. From the day you sell your property, you have 45 days to identify potential replacement properties. And you don't have forever to close the deal either. From the sale of your original property, you have a total of 180 days to close on the new property. Miss these deadlines and your 1031 exchange falls through. Secondly, don't forget the crucial role of the qualified intermediary. This third-party facilitator holds the proceeds from your sale and uses them to buy the new property. They're your safeguard against constructive receipt, which could nullify your 1031 exchange. So choose your intermediary wisely. Lastly, remember the like-kind rule. The replacement property must be of the same nature or character as the one you're selling. This doesn't mean you need to swap an apartment building for another apartment building. But swapping real estate for a yacht? That's a no-go. These are the critical pieces of the 1031 puzzle. Stick to the rules, pay attention to the details, and you'll be able to leverage this tax code to your advantage. Remember, a 1031 exchange is an excellent way to defer capital gains tax, but it requires strategic planning and timely execution. If you enjoyed this educational video from Diverse Group Solution, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks.